Good Thursday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window and a bit of an improvement over yesterday at this time, where we saw some pretty heavy downpours of rain throughout the Wenatchee Valley. Today, as we look down at beautiful Entiat area from our Hose Landing Sky-Fi tower camera, things a little bit different with blue sky out there today, some wispy high clouds as well, but temperatures just didn't get that warm today. A cold front did move through, and it's a slow mover, which will affect our weather as we get into Friday as well. In fact, we can even see some shower activity as we get into Friday. It will be, as you can see by the map, very, very light all over central and eastern Washington, maybe 100th or 200ths of an inch of rain if we do see anything at all. But one thing we're pretty sure of that we will see, and that's windy conditions for Friday. In fact, wind gusts could top off is between 25 and 30 miles an hour in the Wenatchee area. The oranges and red areas are where we will see the strongest winds. As we get to the north, not quite as bad, but boy, over in the Walla Walla area, Ritzville, 32 miles an hour. Keep that in mind if you are traveling east tomorrow, maybe along the I-90 corridor. We have a much warmer forecast to talk about, and we'll do that a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. A 29-year-old Peshastin man was seriously injured just before noon on Wednesday when a car turned in front of the motorcycle he was riding toward Blewett Pass. 36 minor in possession citations will be issued after Chelan County deputies disrupted a barn party near Cashmere just before midnight Tuesday. And the 243 command fire burning near Highway 243 and Wanapum Dam in Grant County is now 50% contained. But first, we begin tonight. A jogger in Leavenworth's Enchantment Park had to jump into the Wenatchee River last night to escape a black bear. Captain Mike Jewell of the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife Police said the bear was with its cub when the encounter took place at about 9 p.m.
So what we had was an adult male jogger down in the Blackbird Island area of Enchantment Park yesterday evening. It was right around 9 o'clock p.m. Came around a blind corner in the trail and encountered a black bear with a cub, as it was described. Cub ran off. Black bear started approaching the jogger, so he turned and ran. He didn't have a lot of options on where to go, so because of the location, it was a steep bank and some vegetation, so he did jump into the river, which obviously stopped the bear from pursuing him. The bear remained in the area for a brief period, making some noise, letting him know that she was unhappy, and then she moved down the riverbank. Chelan County Sheriff's Office responded first and were able to, they didn't actually see the bear, but they could hear the bear nearby still making noise, letting them know that she was around. They were able to escort her out, and then again we worked with the park to get some notices posted advising people to stay out of the park because there was some bear activity in the area.
Jewell said it's uncertain at this point what will be done if the bear was located and what they'll do with it.
So we want to remove her from the park. We haven't made a determination yet exactly what we're going to do. It depends on a variety of factors. It depends on what the condition of the cubs are and whether or not we believe we can successfully relocate her, or that may not be an option. We don't know yet. We just haven't made that decision.
Jewell added that it's important that people in Leavenworth do what they can to avoid attracting bears.
Bears in Leavenworth are nothing new. We get calls about them in town fairly frequently, and part of the reason for that is, yes, Leavenworth is surrounded by bear habitat, but the other side is we have a lot of problems with residents leaving attractants out that draw bears into town. Things like garbage cans that aren't bear-proof, bird feeders. There are a lot of businesses that have dumpsters that aren't bear-proof. So bears in Leavenworth has been a chronic problem for us, and it would really help us out if we could get the residents and community to remove those attractants and secure their garbage so that hopefully we can solve this problem a little easier.
A 29-year-old Peshastin man was seriously injured just before noon Wednesday when a car turned in front of the motorcycle he was riding toward Blewett Pass. Seth T. Peterson had to be airlifted to Central Washington Hospital after that accident. The driver and a passenger in the car were treated at the scene for minor injuries. The accident happened on Highway 97 at Campbell Road, about 3 miles north of Peshastin. According to the Washington State Patrol, 20-year-old Parker Isenman of Bainbridge Island was northbound on the highway in a 2015 Volkswagen Golf when he tried to turn left onto Campbell Road right in front of Peterson's southbound Kawasaki 650 motorcycle. The State Patrol said charges are pending against Eisenman. Well, 36 minor in possession citations will be issued after Chelan County deputies disrupted a barn party near Kashmir just before midnight on Tuesday. Jason Reinfeld of the Chelan County Sheriff's Office said an anonymous caller tipped off law enforcement to the underage drinking party. It was in the 100 block of Elkview Lane. Reinfeld said he doesn't have information on which school or schools the teens attend, but it is believed to have been a graduation party. The 36 who will be cited were among 44 people at that party. The 243 command fire burning near Highway 243 in Wanapum Dam in Grant County is now 50% contained. Strong winds pushed the fire easterly through the lower Crab Creek Canyon area yesterday as the fire grew to 18,774 acres. Fire crews were able to contain it between the canyon's northern and southern ridges. The plant today is basically a mop-up operation as crews have begun working the western perimeter methodically, looking for, finding, and extinguishing hot spots. Grant County has lifted evacuation levels for the small town of Smyrna and has closed the evacuation center set up at Royal City Intermediate School. All area roads have also reopened. 350 fire personnel remain at the fire, but that number is expected to drop by the end of today and for Friday morning. The fire is expected to be fully contained by Friday afternoon. Coming up next, the FBI reports a missing 15-year-old Yakima area girl has been found. A dog was reportedly shot multiple times and left for dead along the side of a road in the Squilchuck area yesterday. And outgoing Wenatchee School Superintendent Brian Flonis says the school board is set this month to discuss lifting the district's levy cap. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Only one dealership in Wenatchee has Motor Trend's SUV of the Year and Truck of the Year. That's right, Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram has the all-new Jeep Wrangler and the all-new Ram 1500 pickup. Or get the best of both worlds in the new Jeep Gladiator. Visit Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram today for more information on these award winners and see why there's no reason to leave town to buy your next vehicle.
I found a doctor that I just really like, and his name is Nick Collins. I just like everything about him. He's very thorough, but he's not intrusive at all, so he goes ahead and checks out things that somebody else might just let it go. Just about everything about him.
Welcome back. In another news, the FBI reports a missing 15-year-old Yakima area girl has been found. Kayla Rose Lewis Dosher was reported missing from her home in Moxie on June 4th. A statewide alert was issued, and the FBI announced this morning that the girl was found safe and sound in Leavenworth. No other information was immediately available. A dog was reportedly shot multiple times and left for dead along the side of a road in the Squilchuck area yesterday. The Wenatchee Valley Humane Society was notified last night after a man found the injured dog near Beehive Reservoir and Mission Ridge Ski Resort. The dog was examined and x-rays showed it had been shot 3 times in the head, neck, and shoulder. The male adult dog is described as a large silver and white pit bull terrier mix. He was not wearing a collar or ID chip. You are urged to call Wenatchee Valley Animal Control if you have information to share. Well, outgoing Wenatchee School Superintendent Brian Flonis says the school board is set this month to discuss lifting the district's levy cap as approved by the state legislature this year. Currently, the district can only collect $1.50 per $1,000 of assessed value on the bond approved by voters 2 years ago. The new law would allow the district to raise that cap to $2.50.
Certainly there's going to be a conversation about that. In fact, on our June 11th meeting, it's going to be on the agenda to talk about what are the options related to, going up to $2.50 from $1.50 of assessed value. So that's what they're going to be looking at, and then they'll have to make some decisions about what the direction they want to go.
At their last meeting, the school board received a recommendation by Wenatchee Education Association President Chris Cameron to approve the increase as a means of restoring some staff positions that were cut in the current budget. NCWLIFE's exclusive interview with Brian Flonis will air in its entirety on tomorrow's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley program. Flonis is retiring at the end of this month to be replaced by Paul Gordon. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's features story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
With 15,000 square feet to explore, you'll find something special at the Antique Mall at Cashmere. For the do-it-yourselfers and those with a keen eye for making something old fresh and new again, the Antique Mall at Cashmere is the place to come find your next project. From the coin enthusiasts to avid collectors, Antique Mall at Cashmere has treasures in every corner. Come find your treasure today. Antique Mall at Cashmere's friendly staff is here to help. Stop on by today.
Hi everyone, this is Brent Crowder. After 13 years with the Town Auto Group, I have returned home to Town Toyota where it all started. If you're in the market for a new or used vehicle, let me help you find the right one at the right price. Toyota is reliable and trustworthy, and you can count on me to be the same. When it comes to buying your next car, you can't go wrong with Toyota and Crowder. Ask for Brent at Town Toyota or call me now at 888-5000.
At some point, we realized that value and practicality go hand in hand. A time when an unnoticed accumulation of items has become burdensome. These possessions still have value, but now lack usefulness. Donate your unwanted items to Goodwill and become a job creator. Your donations allow Goodwill to provide much-needed training to job seekers in our community, and that's pretty useful for everyone. Be a job creator. Donate. Goodwill. There's more behind the store.
Family roles change with time. You may find yourself being an unpaid caregiver to a loved one. Caregiving can be rewarding, but also stressful. Taking care of yourself is vital. Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington has low or no cost services for unpaid caregivers, such as in-home support, care supplies, and counseling. Connect in your local area by calling Aging and Adult Care at 800-572-4459 and mention you're interested in caregiver support.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Time now for our weekly Kennel Cameos feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Tonight, NCWLIFE's Megan McPherson introduces us to Eliza the Rottweiler.
Megan here with the NCWLIFE channel. We are here with Jenny, the volunteer coordinator at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, and joining us this week is Liza. Can you tell us about Eliza, right?
Eliza.
Yeah.
Yes, this pretty girl is about 5 years old. She's pretty easy to walk on a leash until she sees other dogs. She has a little bit of dog reactivity. So she's in our BMOD program, our behavior modification program here at the shelter. So she is working, we are working with her on dog reactivity. But she is lovely, she's super sweet, We absolutely adore this girl. She should, at this point, probably be in a home as the only dog, and no cats either. So, but she's good with kids. She's good with basically anybody here. Right.
And if someone's interested in adopting her, what should they do?
They should come on down to the shelter and meet Eliza, and then she's ready to go home.
The Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is located at 1474 South Wenatchee Avenue and is open Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org. This has been Kennel Cameos at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. And before we get to those details, let's, as we always do, take a peek outside our weather window. Beautiful shot from our Hose Landing Sky-Fi Tower camera. Looking down at the Entiat area, you can see the Entiat River flowing here down into the Columbia River. Beautiful green out there. And today, a lot cooler, but a lot less wind and rainy activity, rainy weather. We saw that yesterday afternoon at this time. We didn't pick up all that much rain in most locations, but it sure got stormy for a while. But today, blue sky and just some wispy high clouds out there. That made for a pretty nice spring day. But today's weather felt more like an early spring day than a late spring weather day, which we're seeing right now. High temperatures today for the first time in a long time below normal. Unofficially today, only at 66 degrees. Normal right now is 76. We started off at 57, so we didn't warm up all that much today as a cold front barreled through north central Washington. 53 is our normal overnight low. 101, our record high, set just 3 years ago in 2016. 44, our record low in 2005. We did pick up 3/100ths of an inch of precipitation yesterday. That was at Pangbourne Airport, remember that, so that gets our total to 3.78. I bring that up because I know in Wenatchee, and at least here at our NCWLIFE station, we picked up a lot more rain than 3/100ths of an inch, so it did vary, and that's kind of how it goes this time of year. Sunrise this morning, 5:06, and the sun will set tonight just before 9 o'clock at 8:54. Now let's put that surface loop in motion and show you what to expect the next 7 days. Partly cloudy skies tonight, a lot like we're seeing right now. West winds 10 to 20 miles an hour. They could be gusty at times tonight. Notice the lines of pressure are pretty tightly packed over central Washington, and that will kick up those winds as we end our work week tomorrow on Friday. Mostly cloudy skies and some activity all across the inland and Pacific Northwest. A 20% chance of rain showers. Some of those showers, a lot like yesterday, could be heavy downpours at time. We will stay on the cool side for Friday. Still cool Saturday too as we kick off our upcoming weekend. We'll see a much lighter west breeze for Saturday as high pressure begins to take over our weather picture, and boy, it will intensify as we move into the end of the weekend on Sunday as we transfer back to our temperature map. And keep in mind the oranges, dark oranges and reds indicate 80s, 90s, and yes, we're going to talk about it, even 100-degree temperatures as we make our way into the middle of the week. Monday, mostly sunny and warmer. We'll at least get into the middle 80s by Monday. High pressure all over the inland and Pacific Northwest will make for a beautiful Tuesday with unseasonably warm temperatures. We will probably climb to near 90, maybe even lower 90s on Tuesday, and even warmer than that as we get into Wednesday. Mostly sunny and hot, possibly record high temperatures. Look at this. The Tri-Cities could see 100 degrees. I think we will flirt with mid-90s here in the Wenatchee area, which at that time will be about 20 degrees above where we should be for this time of year. Let's take a look now at your Quick Lube and Tune extended forecast. Tonight we'll drop down. Look at that, 46 degrees. That is going to feel a little bit chilly as you make your way out for the morning commute tomorrow. 66 will be our high tomorrow. Remember, a 20% chance of rain, splash and dash showers. We've called them that this spring. Could rain heavy and then the sun could come out after that. Sunny with the west breeze on Saturday and 72, and then the start of some very nice weather on Sunday. 77 to end our weekend on Sunday, but by Monday that high pressure intensifies. 85 Monday, 91 the high on Tuesday, and as we get into Wednesday, mostly sunny and hot with a high then of 94 degrees. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine in style at Highlander Bar and Grill in East Wenatchee. Open 7 days a week, Highlander Grill offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dine in or take it to go, our friendly staff is here to serve you. Reservations recommended for Friday night's prime rib dinner. Call for live music dates. Hi, I'm Shalane, site coordinator for Highlander Grill. Give me a call to schedule your event today.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Thursday to you. Wenatchee could not recover from 3 first-inning errors, allowing 4 Victoria runs in the opening frame and an 8-3 loss last night. The Apple Sox committed a total of 5 errors in the game, all by the infield, and only 3 of the Harbor Cats' 8 runs were earned. Voice of the Wenatchee Apple Sox, Joel Norman, tells us more about it.
A common theme reared its ugly head on Wednesday night at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium for the Wenatchee Apple Sox. The one thing they've kind of really struggled at the first few games this year has been defense. They committed at least 3 errors in every game so far, and that continued in Game 2 of their series against the Victoria Harbor Cats. 5 errors in all for the Apple Sox, 4 in the first inning. That led to, 3 in the first inning. That led to 4 Harbor Cats runs in that frame, and that was the difference in this one, as the Apple Sox fell by a score of 8-3 here. And the rubber match is set for tomorrow. They've still got a chance to win the series. The first pitch for that game is at 6:35 right here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. With your Apple Sox report, I'm Joel Norman.
Thank you much, Joel. Wenatchee scored its first run in the 3rd inning on an RBI ground out by Ryan Altenberger. They scored again in the 7th on Grant Gurrell's sacrifice fly. The Sox final run came in the 8th on Cole McKenzie's RBI single. James Kulak was the tough luck loser on the mound, going just that fateful first inning, allowing 4 runs, only 1 of which earned. On 2 hits, he walked 1 and struck out to batter. McKenzie, Cody Darcy, and Trent Sellers each had a couple of hits apiece for Wenatchee. Wrap up that 3-game series tonight at 6:35. On the West Coast League scoreboard, or Les Schwab scoreboard, if you will, Yakima Valley scored 9 runs in the final 3 innings to dispatch Ridgefield 10-3. Daniel Cipriano led the Pippins, going 3 for 5 with a 2-run home run. Patrick Caulfield went 4 for 5 with a run and an RBI in Walla Walla's 6-3 win over Corvallis. A 4-run 5th inning was the difference to Bellingham as they beat the Kelowna Falcons 6-2. Jose Perez's 2-run single highlighted a 3-run 7th as Ben came from behind to beat Cowlitz 5-3. Port Angeles had a 14-hit barrage, including a 2-run home run by Damiano Palmagiani in the lefties' 7-1 win over Portland. Pickles were held to 1 run on 4 hits with 12 strikeouts by winner Frankie Scalzo and 3 relievers. Here's what's on the West Coast League North Division standings. After a couple of games, Yakima Valley atop at 2-0. Then everyone else tied for second at 1-1, including Wenatchee and Victoria. Well, the Mariners exploded for 5 home runs, including 3 in the 6th inning as Seattle beat Houston yesterday, 14-1. Seattle trailed 1-0 until the 5th when Malik Smith delivered a 2-run single. That gave the Mariners the lead. They'd never give up. Then the flood of Gates opened in the 6th with a 2-run home run by Domingo Santana, a 2-run shot by Tom Murphy, then a 3-run home run by Edwin Encarnacion. And the 8th, Mac Williamson made a big splash in his Seattle debut. The former San Francisco Giant was signed to a minor league contract and reported to AAA Tacoma earlier in the day yesterday, just long enough to start taking batting practice. The Mariners found out that Braden Bishop had suffered a lacerated spleen, so Williamson They gave him the call down at Tacoma, said, hey, get up here to Seattle for tonight's game. He drilled a 1-2 pitch over the center field wall for a 3-run home run in his debut, much to the delight of his teammates, who are still trying to figure out who he was as they slapped him high fives. Manager Scott Service said he's never heard of Williamson prior to the wild pickup and call-up on Wednesday.
He flew cross country, got in about 2 in the morning here last night, went to Tacoma today, unpacked his stuff, got in his locker, got his gear, met with Darren Brown, got out and started to stretch, and got a call and said, no, you're going to go pack your stuff back up and going up to Seattle. So you never know in this game, but it's nice to get him an at bat tonight, and we'll see how he fits in the mix here going forward.
Never met him before?
Never met him before. Yeah. Nope. Sat down in my office, quickly went to the internet and found out as much as I could about him, and then just sit down and listen to his story and how he got here and what he's been working on, and let him know how we'll use him going forward.
Wrap up with that 4-game series started earlier today at T-Mobile Park. Justin Verlander was setting them up and putting them down. Tommy Malone gave up a couple of early home runs in that one. We'll have the results for you tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's take a look at the Les Schwab American League West scoreboard from last night. Lionel DeShields had a walk-off solo home run in the bottom of the 12th to give Texas a 2-1 win over Baltimore. The Angels erased an early 6-run deficit against Oakland, and backup catcher Dustin Garneau delivered a walk-off RBI double in the bottom of the 9th to give Los Angeles a 10-9 win. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstom on the NCWLIFE channel. Grant, back to you.
Thanks, Eric. And finally tonight, time to find out what's happening around the Wenatchee Valley for you to enjoy this weekend.
Here's a look at what's on tap this weekend around the Wenatchee Valley. The Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center and North Central Regional Library are hosting a free makerspace this Friday from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. featuring a laser cutter, sewing machines, circuit machine, and 3D printing. Come explore, create, and make. Admission is free all day starting at 10 at the museum on the first Friday of every month, and hours are extended to 8 with light refreshments and snacks offered after 5. Also on Friday, come take a look inside the beautifully restored historic Wells House from 5 to 7 p.m. Tours will be given on the first and second floors with the insider information including history about the house and the original owners, fun facts about its college days, and interesting details uncovered in the renovation. Light refreshments will be served. The Wells House is located off 9th Street at the end of Nelson on the Wenatchee Valley College campus. Soul to Soul Storybook 5K is this Saturday starting at 8:30 a.m. at Pybus Public Market. This annual run walk is held in conjunction with National Get Outdoors Day. All proceeds will benefit the Scholarship Fund for the King's Garden, a ministry of Lighthouse Christian Ministries. Packet pickup will be from 5 to 7 p.m. on Friday inside Pybus Market. Bike and Juice is this Saturday from 9 to noon at the Leavenworth Ski Hill. This event features kids' bike races, lunch, fun activities, and more. And finally, join the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center this Saturday for a downtown walking tour from 10:30 to 2:30. Tour the museum, the Liberty Theater, and the Chamber of Commerce for wine tasting and light refreshments. The tour stops at the North Central Regional Library before continuing on to Mela Roasting for coffee tasting. In addition to the scheduled stops, tour goers will learn about downtown buildings and their history. For more information on this weekend's events and others, visit the community calendar at ncwlife.com.
And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel tomorrow morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with host Dan Kuntz. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great night.
NCW Life channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's learn. Guada TV. Street Talk and Other Stuff. The 12th District. Life with Lisa.
and the arbiter of Stoke. NCW Life Channel is your local TV station.
Hey there, Wenatchee. I'm Sean Lee, and I'm inviting you to check out the NCW Movie Guide to keep up on what movies are playing in our town.